And that pick, we're expecting bigger and better things from the German squad. Jumping straight into the action and big, a fast up ramp. Charging up, in fact, the whole squad has arrived. Gap space being taken, utility over the top. Then Molly actually keeps it at bay for a moment, and that's going to set up NertZ and Nikodos on a late flank. kyxsan's got the smoke and the kit for the retake, so I think the plan is allow that bomb to come through. We have a quick flank, and it's already found success. NertZ gets one. Oh, and again, the bomb caught off. Now you have to deal with NertZ, and Nikodos doesn't need to reveal himself yet. With the pressure being on, they feel they need to, and Nikodos dies. So suddenly, a decision to be made. Do we go back, or do we commit?
I like this out of tabseN. Being active over towards Crane. JDC can't trade. So now they're being picked apart. You've also got the rotation out of kyxsan, smoking kit, just to guarantee that this is going to be an A play. No utility. Now for Big Eva, you have to walk in and contact, clear all of these angles. It needs to be a team effort. They need to go together.
Issue is Heroic actually don't know that all the players are here. Okay, now they know two are. But you can see Shush is holding from elevator. kyxsan's worried about that play, but tabseN hits another. Finally, some pressure relieved by Crimbo. JDC given the space to plant. So it will be a 2v2 retake. JDC is still stuck at default. Looking for this fight onto tabseN, but tabseN is an absolute menace with these pistols. So it falls to Crimbo, the clutch master of Big. And he can't even get it started. tabseN with the quad kill, and Heroic another pistol.
I think what's very interesting about this pistol is the moments of which Heroic decide to fight. Because they contain. It's so important that Big don't find these opening kills over towards the A bomb site, especially on tabseN, especially on kyxsan, so this flank can come into play. And once again, by dropping the bomb, it does cause this disruption. This aggression solo from tabseN is everything as well, because it's completely on his own. Big might commit in towards this A play now because they're not aware of the second element. And with kyxsan already rotating away, it's quite common that you're going to get that, especially on the death cams of NertZ and Nikodos. Everyone from Big was running away. Called right back into action. tabseN, he said he was 20-4 on the previous show, and so he started this campaign off with a quad.
Where's Shush? I saw him drop down lower B. I think he's locked in ramp. I think he's sitting behind that smoke. Okay, no, he's fallen back now, so he was in B lobby. Now they have information. No presence there early. Oh, kyxsan not spotted. Eventually is. Misses his timing, but Nikodos gets his. He's now in an uncomfortable position. Flames come forward. He can't find the kill, but tabseN strikes. Putting it back into a 3-on-3. He's very low. He's still sticking around. He has that support from NertZ. He's going to take the first contact and wins out that fight. Second play there. tabseN's not ready, though. tabseN just walks around. tabseN's back-turned. Smoke tripled forward. And just a Molotov being thrown over the top. tabseN peppered. And both of them kept at bay. Bomb can't be planted just yet. They're so low. Now they can commit to it. Nothing to deny this time. NertZ up high has a powerful angle as the smoke fades. Will win out that fight. And syrsoN, now's the moment to prove himself. 38 HP. No kit, no smoke, no utility at all. He's not going to fall for the tap. Buying precious time. Now he knows it's not a committal. And they think that he's gone to ramp. Surely he's going to swing. NertZ there, as always. Never letting anyone deny his teammates defusing.
Yeah, ever present is NertZ. But the molly is everything there, thrown in by Shush. Because it comes in at a moment before the bomb is even committed, and it wastes time on these smokes. So where tabseN finally has that little bit of a safe haven to stick the digits in, it's at the point where the smoke fades, NertZ can grab the kill. And from there, every advantage falls favor to Heroic. It starts to get a little bit hairy. There's a great spam over at 51 that gets JDC the opener. But it's once again tabseN and his controlled aggression that puts back things into an even steading. Bomb plants facilitates purchases for Big, but no AKs. It's just flat Galils.
Flash forward for info. tabseN spotting too much before the smoke lands. Cops a HE back. syrsoN wins out an engagement. Costs him a little bit, but he'll take the kill. It's aggression in mid. NertZ lets him slide past. Kyxsan fallen 1. I don't think tabseN's position is known, and he's exploiting that readily. Moves forward. Although with the smoke landing, can't exploit it too much further. In fact, they're going to disengage.
They're hoping to shuffle rotates. They're hoping that there's an extra player. It gives it a cursory glance. Bomb retrieved by Crimbo. And Big want to recommit in towards the B bomb site. This is the right call. With NertZ not finding anything in towards mid, he shuffles over towards elevator, and NertZ has been given that responsibility. And where syrsoN went blow for blow with JDC, they know that he's low over here.
Yeah, that'd be a retake play. If syrsoN can survive and just get out and get the information, that's everything. Oh, I think he might get caught. No, he actually gets over to the corner. They have one molly, and I suspect it won't go. Oh, it does go to quad. Goodbye, syrsoN. NertZ trying to get something back. Spots the player on the boost, but can't find the kill. NertZ trying to get something back, and he can't convert that spray. prosus with a double. Traded back by kyxsan. And they still want to give this a go. tabseN making it look a little bit doable. Still stuck on double. T's want to fight for Crimbo in the open. Another kill comes through, and it's syrsoN. A 1v2 once more. kyxsan taps. syrsoN doesn't spot him. And hopes to find him. kyxsan this time clutching. syrsoN denied again.
What a clever clutch. Slides in behind quad. Makes syrsoN doubt that he's crossed there because it's not the immediate swing. And when he comes back in from white box, that's when kyxsan decides to give it a go. Confidence is really exuding out of Heroic here, because even in the deficit, they always want to give the retake a go and a look in. NertZ's a bit unfortunate where he just slides off construction in the middle of that gunfight. But despite no utility for that retake, Heroic make it work. But Bigger knocking on the door. This is a much better showing than what we saw out of Nuke, because they are breaching the bomb sites. It's now just about holding on to them. NertZ on the crane angle, spots legs, but can't grab the kill. And this time, it's not syrsoN that accelerates. Actually, it is. He's already down there yet again. Double setup for Heroic at B. Trying to leave them a lot of map control. prosus clears. And JDC follows up. 1 for 1, and that's going to keep the rotates rooted.
Yeah, it's a kill on each side of the map. This round now pivots on NertZ and what he can achieve with this AWP. It is going to be A. He knows the pressure's on him. Oh, HG straight to him, but a headshot with the AWP. That smoke is missed. There's a massive gap, and NertZ happy to exploit it, but misses the chance. But he's really keen for more. Can't quite fire off a third shot, but he might have done enough, especially with tabseN finding that one. tabseN plants. And NertZ is going to group up with tabseN. Another 2v2 made into a 1v2. A clutch required from NertZ and denied by tabseN. Massive round from the IGL of Big.
It's just those 2 kills that come in on either side. JDC's been finding that opening, or at least doing significant damage in a number of these rounds. This time we'll get the better of syrsoN. NertZ tries his best. The gap in the smoke is everything. Try and let him stand forward, but tabseN, he'll just hold things down. He won't shy away in the face of danger. Heroic have been really proactive in pushing the issue on retakes. So by him holding, it's fantastic. Flashbang enables NertZ towards ladder room, and now Big needs to be worried about the possibility of a flank coming in at any moment. He's the MVP of this round, NertZ. Weirdly enough. Most expensive weapon on his shoulders. That nade is fantastic as well on towards kyxsan. And the follow-up. One thing you're going to get out of Big is consistent util.
NertZ. Crimbo's aware. This full spite looking like it's going to fall flat. tabseN is pinned in and pins it. So for Big, credit to them for keeping every round so far close. It's now put Heroic in the bin after losing this force buy. It gives them that platform to build up this T side.
That's the expense of making these rounds costly, forcing Heroic to go for these retakes. Can syrsoN hold on to his armor and his dig? Potentially. Runny's not a greatest position to really go for a hunt. Maybe you send prosus in. That's exactly what they're doing. Gives it a cursory glance. syrsoN can hit all of this. It's about whether he can just hit the shot. Uh-oh. prosus, does he get it? No. So Mac 10 recovered. That can be thrown over as well to a teammate. Not the worst. Not the worst save. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's something. This is Big looking ready for any trick that Heroic tries to pull. You mentioned NertZ being the pivotal player and Crimbo fully aware of his machinations. All right, shush. Mac 10 time. Since about a flash. I wonder if they'll look to just pop. Crimbo's being a lot more active in his mid search now, knowing that it should be the eco. tabseN, I don't think he's going to know Tess is this close. Oh, he didn't spot him? No, he didn't. And Tessa is looking to exploit the reload. Does so. Trades there. They've done some damage. NertZ might get an angle on prosus. No. prosus walks forward, wins out the fight on syrsoN, and that should be all the damage done. NertZ would love another kill. But more smokes everywhere with the flank coming. Oh my god, NertZ. That's an insane shot on syrsoN. The op will be recovered.
You can't give him anything. You cannot give him anything. Great shots. A couple of kills is not the end of the world there for Big. Tess has been tricky with it, punishing the reload, but ultimately you lose, what, a couple of SMGs? That's fine. Timeout now being cool because it's the reinvestment. No AWP for Nikados. And we've seen Heroic get aggressive, not only in towards mid, but also in towards B. I wonder how much they give A look in now. Because Big have been winning out most of the engagements, have been allowed a lot of space, especially up towards the first sandbag. That's been facilitating a lot of the aggression towards gap, something that Heroic have been struggling with in the last couple of rounds.
Back to another gun round, which you've had more often than not so far. It's good to see the other names now filling the feed for Big. tabseN, prosus, syrsoN.
Yeah, felt like tabseN couldn't catch a break on.
Yeah.
I think he had like 10 assists or something in that vein. This one's a bit faster. Big trying to set the pace, not allow Heroic to even go for this aggressiveness. It's double mid instead, and the flashbangs are immaculate. prosus with another opener. Bomb site. Completely locked off for now for Heroic. If they don't find a kill in the next couple of seconds, they might even be willing to call this one off.
Yeah, what a cool call. Oh my god, a cool call from Big. Heroic. Okay, hold up. They are actually sticking a little bit around, but yeah, now you're probably just saving. But Heroic decide to double up B, double up mid, expecting maybe a variation from Big, who have been so A heavy just throughout. But Big decided, no, actually, we're going to go extra heavy on A. It's the whole squad going with a bit more pace than usual. And yeah, kyxsan, I mean, he's just playing to delay. Has a smoke that he drops in short, but they're so fast up ramp that he can't even respond. So great call. We'll put Big into the lead.
It's interesting that Heroic have been consistently going for this double B setup. I know it's strengthened by that double mid, as you said, but it's always been sort of syrsoN over here, getting aggressive, not often going for flanks, but just containing big by the base of stairs. That fight between him and JDC dictates a lot of control. So the reinvestment is more aggression out of big, which makes sense. You know, the utility's going to be lacking just a little bit in the heroic ranks. But this time, that's not going to be the case, especially with that save. syrsoN. Let's see if he can find anything with this orb.
Let's turn around a bit more presence to Avon Heroic. They don't want to get punished again. In fact, they're taking a lot of control. Still got the double up in mid. Which might end up being a very good setup. Depends how active Crimbo wants to get. And looks like he might want to. Oh, Shush starts to move. NertZ is left alone. Cops the flash, has to fall off. At least he lives. Shush, he's about to be facing a lot of pressure. 4 players on the other side. The smoke lands at the perfect time. Spots JDC as he jumps up. Big kill from Shush. And that's kept him at bay for the moment. In fact, it forces them back.
Between him and NertZ, they could maybe even get a little bit more aggressive here. Big reset completely. And now Crimbo is going to be the mid lurk. So how much pressure can Big place over towards A ramp to draw the mid, rotate away, and to leave it vacant? Well, the answer is they want Crimbo here as well. He drops down the ladder. He joins, and with 25 seconds left, it has to be a quick, pacey execute. But Heroic has still got utility. They can still try and deny the space.
Great timing on that smoke. Molly forward as well, but they're ready for the fight. prosus trying to spam through. Crimbo forcing the fight, and Crimbo forces the fight indeed. Helped out by a bit of team damage, but they're so low. And one shot from tabseN onto this bomb will deny it. That's the round right there. Looks for a moment like Crimbo is going to force the way through. syrsoN, can he get away? He will.
Wow.
But Heroic had the time and the numbers on their side.
It's a massive kill from Shush because it makes Big just reevaluate things. I think he even got a dink onto another one of these players, but where it was so one-dimensional from Big, they tried to go in towards mids. They invested, a flash and molly out of Crimbo, and that was it. Heroic felt never any real pressure towards A ramp, so the defenders still had all of their util. Even blanket of pressure, not quite there. syrsoN now hoping for someone to rear their head over Crane instead of flash straight in his face, and Nika does. He's aggressive in towards mid, and Crimbo could be the latest fatality.
Crimbo has been showing that he wants to, get fairly active on the lurks in terms of where he goes to. So Nikados is ready for it. Nice opening kill. Big looking like they want to test B again. But once more, Shush has support. NertZ is here. Close to white. Shush playing this angle. You might not expect that presence. syrsoN's found a kill. That actually might cause them to move back. syrsoN has just solo walked up A and found an opening, and that's completely changed the game plan.
Oh, if he gets the kill towards Nikados, this is everything. But I don't think Nikados is ever really going to peak this. tabseN will now scream that it will be this commitment. Again, 30 seconds. Big need to execute onto the site. tabseN's got a nade to disrupt the smokes. The molly misses, so that gives tabseN a little bit more room to breathe.
I think that smoke that syrsoN dribbled forward wasn't kind of the standard one. So the molly can't go down. syrsoN realizes with the smoke falling, can't stand on top of the sandbags. Nikados aware of him, but syrsoN wins out the fight. And they're still sticking around, wanting to keep this fight going. Now it's throwing the flash over. syrsoN fires off a shot, but tabseN tucked in. They have a powerful crossfire. Shush trying to fight forward into it, but tabseN tucked in. You're never going to clear that first. NertZ will get one on the disengage, but it is just the fall off. prosus might lose his life here, but it's nothing but consolation frags for the CTs.
Really good work from syrsoN. Just taking the space and the initiative just to keep forcing the issue up on A. And you're right, the smoke he didn't throw was a lineup. It was more freehand, and that actually denied 2 incendiaries. Allowed the wiggle room for tabseN to get up on this off angle. Thing is, he's played that now, and you know that Heroic are going to be clearing it for the rest of the half. A has been much more of a success story than B. Big want to inject more pace into it. A lot of variations here for this T side. But the counter utility's been good out the gate for Heroic. kyxsan doesn't see anything scaling up towards Gap. He can sit here and be the first point of contact if Big ascend to the sandbags.
This is always a fun angle. But one that might not come into play. As Big will again group to B.
Oh, that's a miss smoke.
Only for a moment. They're moving about a lot. See Nikodos? No. So Nikodos gets that kill. He's done. syrsoN's looking for him, and we'll find the leg, but not before Nikodos takes a life. And that's a trade he'll take any day of the week.
That's huge. That also keeps the setup over a B for Heroic. And that might come into play, because look at this. tabseN, syrsoN scale back away because JDC is on the stairs. And he's already found a good opener. Needs more here. The pre-aim's really good, but syrsoN staying alive. Can drop the molly at white, prevent the progression. 20 seconds left. It will be this B commitment, but everyone is here. Tess says in close support. Flashbang needs to be great. And it is. Can they get the bomb down, though? That's the next question. Tess says stands tall. And now syrsoN, with no time, tries to run them down with the dualies, but can't get it over the line. B defense. Very strong for Heroic.
Even if you found the double there, you still have to plant the bomb, and there's that flank coming up the stairs, but you start to believe for a moment. Huge round from Nikodos, getting these 2 opening kills. NertZ overextends a little bit, right? It's a 5-on-3 at that point, and he's trying to take the control on stairs as the smoke fades. Not necessarily needed, but it's okay. Tess is there to plug the gap. So Heroic keep it even. Big take another timeout. Still got plenty of cash to burn for these final rounds of the half. I think they feel that they need to exit it with the lead.
I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I think it's a point worth mentioning. By having these double leans over towards either bomb site means that Heroic are expending less utility. And there's always a player, no matter if they're on A, if they're on B, that has always got that extra incendiary, has always got that disruptive piece of util that prevents Big scaling right at the tail end of these rounds. Oh, how on earth has he not hit that? That's a little bit unfortunate. He was ready. Flashbang's great. Nikodos still on the line. No one is going to give him anything except a flash. He's been very dynamic as well. Was over towards mid. He's now taking presence towards A. Wants to go past the sandbag. Flash is great. Nikodos on the angle. Can he see prosus? Not quite. Oh. Gets wrecked.
Yeah, unlucky. What can you do? kyxsan's low as well. So very favorable for Big. And still you've got this double B presence. You kind of expect this to change up. Well, changes up indeed, with one of them falling to JDC. Tessus wins this fight. There is a way for Heroic back in, but I think that might just close the door.
Yeah, good trade. And shush, they know he's on B. They can hold ramp. They've already got that through Crimbo. So it has to be a save, and back and forth we go. This is consistently a tug of war between these two teams. Big edging in the lead, and then Heroic will battle back. They'll have a successful retake. It's been really great just watching sort of the two teams clash at various different primary zones on the map. I think this is the first instance in which we've actually seen Crimbo find success from that mid lurk. With the double B, he assumed there'd be a little bit more room. tabseN out in the open, gets caught. So big guaranteed at least 6 for Heroic. The buy is going to be worse for wear. So we could have a little bit of a difference between these two teams heading into the end of the first half.
Yeah, and again, that feels necessary. And I highlighted it coming into this map that Heroic strength is on their T side, particularly on this map. Something around a 60-40 split in their round win percentages between the T and CT sides. The 5 would be okay for them if they can somehow get this one. Impressive they've actually got 3 rifles out of this. I wasn't sure they'd be able to get that sort of buy together. Okay, NertZ finally gets the best of JDC.
Boost. Hello. Potential. And success for tabseN. syrsoN on the angle needs the trade and he grabs it. Well, the issue is all his teammates are falling around him. And there's a big flank from NertZ. syrsoN needs to grab this kill, needs to find something. They're being so loud here, Heroic. syrsoN feels like he's penned in, but with Crimbo falling. It's only a matter of time before he gets dealt with, and he will. Nothing to separate these two teams as we head into the second half.
Das ist eine absolute Katastrophe. Was sollen wir jetzt machen? Scheiße. Wir haben verloren.
Silvero, mach dir nichts draus, Mann. Wir haben noch andere gute Maps.
Verdammten Idioten, Alter.
Okay, wir schaffen das, Alter.
Ich raste aus. Was machen wir denn jetzt?
Ich weiß, es ist schwer, aber wir schaffen das zusammen, Alter. Hashtag gemeinsam. Wir können das packen. Okay, mach dir nichts draus.
close as can be between these two teams. Big showing us a little bit more fight here than on Nuke. Still a long journey ahead for them. Most heroic, almost taste playoffs.
And it's Heroic's T side that is their favorable one. And of course, for Big, we had it in that graphic, they're better on the defense. So effectively, we call the first half null and void, and we put a lot of emphasis onto what these two teams can achieve. The immovable force. Well, unstoppable force meets the immovable object, potentially. Prosus with the dualies, firing off some shots. Flashbang, exceptional from kyxsan, but the trades are here immediately from Big, and syrsoN's fighting forward, but can't get the better of kyxsan. This is chaotic. There's so much happening, and yet it gets thrown into a 2-on-2. Bomb not yet committed, and both of these defenders from Big rotating by Ellie.
Always TeSys. kyxsan with 1 HP. He's not going to be the one that gets it done. And it's a pause from Heroic, seeing if Big make any moves. But again, they also being patient. And that's caused them to, get a little concerned, not hearing anything on A. Crimbo bails. So if TeSys does decide to move forward and plant the bomb, you imagine that it's not going to be contested, because they want to group up and do it as two. It appears to have been the intention from this moment of respite. TeSys now will creep over. Bomb to be planted. JDC could find a good line looking for this fight onto TeSys, who spots him out. He goes wide. TeSys, him staying alive is everything.
He really felt like if he could grab one there, that gets a lot of pressure off the shoulders of kyxsan. Instead, he'll be the first contact. Crimbo's just sticking it. No kit, the full 10 seconds, and Heroic, they're not buying it. Crimbo is so close to defusing it right from under their noses, and he grabs it. A 10-second stick from Big gives them the pistol.
But does it really matter? And I guess that comes to that decision. You're doubling up on ramp. You can understand it because kyxsan's so low. TeSys wants to be there to trade it. But kyxsan actually stays alive so long that TeSys probably could have just played short and peeked from gap and gotten that kill. A great attempt to bring this back from TeSys, and at least they get the bomb plant, so they have the bind to this one. Big, off the back of a 10-second defuse, we'll get the pistol and the lead.
MP7 is becoming a little bit more
NertZ has always run it.
common
This guy loves the
nowadays.
MP7.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of people are bringing it out more and more. I know NertZ is kind of the founding father of the MP7 change. TeSys on the boost. Oh, spotted by JDC. That nade is going to be hefty. There's a lot of damage onto these players. syrsoN also finds the opener. Are you ready for TeSys to be at such close range? Yes, you are if you're JDC, but he can't grab it. But he's done enough. Crimbo locks down B. Shush, hoping to find something. Or at least it'll be another reinvestment of an M4. No bomb. Makes his life all the more difficult, especially being penned in by prosus. The M4 grabs the kill, which I guess out of the one weapon you want it to be, you're happy it's that one if you're Heroic, but calm and controlled in mid for JDC.
Nice kill from syrsoN as well. Yeah, you feel like if they hadn't gone from the boost, it actually would have been a great move from Heroic, because they probably could have got under JDC's nose with the way he was playing a bit more passive on Guardian. That's ideal. Heroic forced into that. Big. And create a gap between them. Heroic have to go fast. Double HEs, but the utility goes the other way as well. They are blown out of the server on ramp. And prosus, it's cleanup.
That's huge. You see the double nades come in at sandbags, and Big know that they can just throw them right back. The fact that syrsoN doesn't fall either is pretty upsetting if you're Heroic. The bomb goes flying too. Prosus has been great on Vertigo. Not only with sort of opening the rounds up A ramp, but on the CT side, you're going to see him getting a little bit more active. tabseN will be setting him up at A ramp for him to take the lion's share of the aggression that Heroic are going to throw at him, and then syrsoN will be playing these dastardly off angles, just picking things apart with the AWP. I feel like Heroic are going to maybe get a lot more success if they kind of head towards mid and maybe B, but if you go B, you're walking into Crimbo.
Yeah, Crimbo has not really been needed too much so far. It's kind of a reversal of Nuke, with Crimbo and JDC just chugging along while prosus, syrsoN, and tabseN do most of the heavy lifting. syrsoN's loving the sandbags position with the scoped weapons.
Yeah, he plays it an awful lot, because it means he can kind of pick and choose the peaks. They're more on his terms. If he gets mollied out, you know the big are going to just throw a smoke on him. He can escape. They really want to send the MP9s in. Flashbang's perfect. And there's prosus finding another opening. syrsoN over the top, looking for someone by the forklift. Can't see him, but tessAS has been dinked and pretty much removed from the equation of round 16.
Almost.
I don't know how Heroic aren't finding these kills.
You can get one here. Oh, yeah, you can. Spray through the wall.
Sure.
That's one way to do it. Yeah, Heroic take a lot of damage early. NertZ disengages, but he's actually going back in and sticking around. And Crimbo, in that fight he's looking for, huge from NertZ. A double on this lurk. He's loud about the fallback to ladder. So for big, they do have to do their due diligence and send a player back to cover it. prosus hearing tessAS. tessAS surely favored in this duel. Such low HP, ready for that swing. syrsoN deleted by a flying kyxsan. And prosus can't get quite much from it, but it's enough to set up tabseN for a clutch over the top, and down he goes. NertZ sets him up with the 3K, and that's a massive lurk from him to give Heroic a way into that round.
That's the mind game as well from Heroic and kyxsan, because they've killed Crimbo, and Big No, well, he's the B player. There's no one there. Heroic could just reset. They're all towards Gab. prosus isn't hearing anything. But Heroic still shove it in towards A, and then it's the double push in towards Gap to guarantee that bomb gets planted. That's the sand badge. We go. Badge? Cool.
Yeah, he starts here every round. I think in case there is pace, he's got somewhere to play, and then he'll edge himself out. So not going for the aggressive peaks from Crane, but still finding the opener. So again, big open up the round. They just need to close it.
Oh, okay. Across, caught by nikadoz. Now a lurk smoke put forward by Heroic, and they're going to scale through it. Two players investigate B for big because syrsoN had dropped his utility there early. So they need to draw attention to it. Meanwhile, it's again going to be another A execute from the T side.
Fast on it. util over the top, gonna force tabseN back. Although he sticks around for a moment, nikadoz behind the flames, gets the kill. syrsoN, good flick. Keeps it even. But he's low. Lack of util, no kill on these surviving players. And nikadoz deep. It's gonna be a devil to get past. BBC aware of the possibility, but his spam doesn't connect. If you're not finding a kill immediately, you can't go for it. But if they clear nikadoz, they find this one. No. If there was a kit, I'm not sure where it is. And there wouldn't have been time.
Good decision from Heroic again when you're going towards A. Just dropping the smoke deep in towards elevator. It gives them space beyond the bomb site, and Nikados stays alive for way too long than Big would have hoped for. This even with the opener as syrsoN on towards Gap. This cross really unraveled things. It felt like Big had got a lot more control, and where the utility was being dropped by syrsoN, Big maybe thought that Heroic had retreated a little bit. They were going to reset into an execute, especially losing the first player on the ramp. That didn't happen. Fast flashes. Crimbo's got to be careful. There's kyxsan there to greet him. They'll just exchange mollies.
Yeah, Big at least saving has given them something decent into this. You can feel it's on the tipping edge. A lot of players on the outside of the smoke. syrsoN again finding the kill. And prosus pushing down a massive one. syrsoN trading back. But the MP9s have found success. And NertZ and syrsoN have to try and piece this one back together.
That's so tough for syrsoN. He died through prosus. They got spammed together. Double mid is potent, but if they go around the corner, that's where it could be dicey. Great trade, but you're never ready for JDC on the angle if you're syrsoN. Good recovery from Big. And yet again, it's blowing open these smokes, keeping Heroic at bay at A ramp. syrsoN's so good at taking these fights, and prosus and tabseN are more than happy to get aggressive, especially with these MP9s. There's that kill. kyxsan finds syrsoN through prosus, which is a bit BS, but there you go.
Double up in mid is such a cool call as well. After this fight on A, and you've seen them disengage, you may as well just take that space, and if they do route that way, they're never going to expect it. It's a really cool layering to guarantee the round. This full spy from Heroic could be the end of their story, and that's Nikados. Entrusted with a lot. Waterfall smoke. prosus. Looking for a play to walk through it. No, caught off guard by tabseN. But tabseN at the sandbags. There's no molly to clear him. He has all the power in this round. Even spots one. Flashbang catches him. Oh no, he reveals himself too soon. And the Big are fighting forward. JDC. It's one shot from the orb, but it's JDC's AK that's doing all the work. And NertZ has to clutch up. Crimbo sticking the bomb, spray through, can't find it. A bomb plan for Heroic is huge, but for Big, 11 is everything.
Yeah, that's wild, though, that it even gets that close. tabseN blinded by utility. The fact he doesn't even finish a first kill, but JDC pushing ahead of everything. Creating space for syrsoN to then jump up from headshot and grab another. A little bit scary. But it's ultimately recovered in the end from Big, and that is all they care about. Words being exchanged for Saw in the background now. Thrown into the spotlight for at least 30 seconds for Heroic. Their money is not great. But it's not really at a tipping point to really go for that risky investment, even with significant damage done. In the prior, Big have been very good at keeping players alive, and when they've been losing rounds, they've been saving quite effectively. Still going to give it a go. Tech 9 round would inspire a lot of belief that the Emp could potentially be a little bit more vulnerable.
I feel like we've had almost entirely gun rounds in this series. Eco's been few and far between, the back and forth. Unrelenting. Try to be a flash over. It's perfect for Crimbo. Finally gets the fights that he's looking for. HE over the top. Shush, good shot. Needs some more, and he's looking for it, but Crimbo again. Nikados gets one back, but it's costly. And maybe tabseN can be the one. They need to get this bomb out of here. Nikados, his job is get the bomb and get out, because tabseN has taken all of this space. Oh dear. Nikados. That would have been a horrible way for this round to go. He still has a long journey ahead of him. Big. You'd expect them to be thorough enough to expect that maybe space could have been taken. They're happy to sit back. Nikidos worried about planting the bomb with 2 HP. I think he has to. This round, it's all about tabseN. 2v3. 2 HP on Nikidos.
And a flank. tabseN needs to grab this kill, needs to secure it, and does. But he's on 3 HP himself. There's Nikidos just finished off, and tabseN needs to grab it but can't. It's a dink, but it's not the kill. It's Big that will rise to the occasion. They'll get up to map point and put us ever so closer into forcing us to a third.
He had an AK. If only he had an AK. An NT from tabseN. For Big, they'll be happy. 12 on the board. CT side looking lights out. Kumbo finally gets the fights that he's looking for. Yeah, it needed to be clean, that fight from tabseN onto tabseN.
Can't believe Nikidos is just denied immediately. It's a little bit frustrating. It's a complete difference to what was going on Nuke and where everyone from Heroic was rising. It's just tabseN. He's been fantastic. The Vertigo of Heroic, but no one else is there to really rise to the ranks. NertZ will deal with JDC. That's a valuable opener.
NertZ has been great in mid. Heroic still need to find success off it. And that's not a way to do it. kyxsan giving a 1v1 onto prosus. Oh, tabseN.
Wow.
tabseN doesn't even get a fight. Domed out of the server, but prosus is making a play. He's walked through the smoke into the back lines, and he's guaranteed a kill on tabseN, surely. Oh, actually, the HE does it. Now, here's the thing. Nikidos is not known. Oh, he spotted prosus. That's massive.
We've seen him.
And we comped over. And now they know. He knows he's not known. So if they come back and pause.
prosus got the bomb, hasn't he?
Well, this is weird. Yeah, Shush had every advantage there because they knew where prosus was.
Crazy round. But Heroic should have this one. I doubt Big even go for this. They haven't got any control towards A whatsoever. That was all a bit of guess who. Which player's got the more clues to piece together. And prosus, if he looks down low rather than up high, potentially that engagement is completely different. Not to be the case. Heroic, they survive. They still need 3 rounds in a row here to force OT. And to be honest, with the money the way it is, it's entirely possible that this could go the distance.
Yeah, the one saving grace for Big is that Heroic can't afford to hunt. But the loss bonus will be minimal for Big, so... Do you feel they're going to force around these 2 weapons? Oh, actually, syrsoN and Kumbo both having an okay amount of money. You could technically take the eco and play the long game. That doesn't seem to be the kind of mantra of this map so far. Oh my god, that shot was nuts from tabseN. What? We didn't see it when it happened, but good golly.
This is the time to talk about it. Obviously, God B is going to be motivational behind them, but I don't think you can invest in this. You've got rounds to play with as well. It's not worth screwing over your money to potentially close the game around earlier. If you save, you can potentially buy in the next anyway, even with 1900 loss. So syrsoN buys util. Okay. bad. It's a compromise. They have a bit in reserve. But they will be eco if they lose this. And this is a really good call from Heroic. They've been testing where Crimbo's been in the majority of these rounds, but not once have they really ended B. It's the perfect time to call a strat like this, especially with the condition that's been set over towards A main. Now if you're big, you can just save this. It can just be a complete sort of unicorn round.
Yeah, that one's over quickly, isn't it? It's okay for big, yeah, as you say. They'll save the AK and AWP and... the Kevlar.
The Kevlar. Yeah. And it's way better than just having like USPs.
Yeah, it's another opportunity. But Heroic edge ever closer. I feel like you don't...
You could also do the same setup on B, on A as well, sorry, because they didn't see the boost.
Fist bumps all around. Happy with the outcome of that one. It's always good when you call, all right, let's go B fast and no one's home. You feel like a genius, like you're one step ahead. Yeah, exact same buy. But a different setup.
It wouldn't surprise me if they did it again.
Yeah, they are doing it again, I think, from the looks of it. Shush is fast. Not super fast, though. CDs have shown that they're here. Very quick boost. It's a 1-for-1. So Crimbo gets the trade. The layering of the CTs. Giving him a bit of cover behind his teammate. That's not Molly. Crimbo has to move forward. This is all a ruse. All this aggression at B, which has drawn a player over, it's a bit of a fake out because A is the play. NertZ, a good kill. syrsoN slips in. Big one onto Tessus. Makes it doable. Force back. Nice elevator smoke. Good util onto Nicodoz. tabseN can't line up the molly because of the flash. So they can disengage, but you know Big are going for this. Oh, that was not the molly.
Oh,
that
no.
was not the lineup. tabseN needs to watch some nut out here. Still they find forward. Nicodoz spamming, bit of damage done. NertZ looking over the top, but syrsoN not giving the find. He's defusing, gotten off it. And it's just syrsoN left. A shot on the way out, make it 2. A quad kill in the round, but it still goes the way of Heroic.
It's a good decision as well from Big to give it a go on the retake, because it's not about sort of doing damage, it's about seeing what you can achieve. And the fact that you bring forward into that where MP9's pistols, if you're able to grab all those kills, you make it into a successful retake, that's fantastic. But if you're able to maybe grab a couple of exits, upgrade your weaponry, you always knew you were investing into this one anyway, so it makes sense to give it a good old college try. syrsoN has been night and day from his performance on Nuke. And for Heroic, a really important one. This either separates us from Ancient or extends play here on Vertigo.
And again, when they put pressure on B, Crimbo seeing a lot of util. He's forced back. Oh, sticking around, drops the defensive smoke, and it's because he's got the support of JDC. And he's found 2. Now Crimbo can disengage. They've got such an advantage. Finding forward, NertZ and Shush get a kill apiece. That advantage which was there has disappeared quickly. But as soon as you say it, it's all onto NertZ. That's a cheeky kill over the top. Both CTs are on the site, and yeah, how does NertZ make this one happen? syrsoN's holding down the position with the AWP if he goes over. So he has to respect this smoke. Very difficult close of this clutch for NertZ.
It's not like he's even got a flash. Just a smoke. We'll creep forward, hoping that by his absence over the last 30 seconds, Big reset, but instead they layer themselves in towards stairs, hoping for a jiggle and a shot out of syrsoN, but not happening. Smoke trickle forward will allow him to pick up this bomb. Blows open. NertZ's been given an opportunity, and he's seen syrsoN as well. 20 seconds left, and the gun has also been thrown over. A lot of information. NertZ versus syrsoN. Over the top, he sees the head. NertZ locks it in. And we're going to overtime. Heroic just about stabilized.
1v3. The first kill, BS. He's scaling up Guardian, hits a headshot, goes around, resets, waits patiently, lying, and then strikes at the perfect time. The smoke to separate. The blow on it ends with tabseN's demise, reveals himself in the open. NertZ gets all of the information, sniffs them out, and gives Heroic overtime. It should have been all over then, but we keep going.
Yeah, that's really fumbled. That is massively fumbled by Big. I understand blowing open that smoke. It's the element of surprise. You're in a 2-on-1, but ultimately there's 20 seconds left. If tabseN just falls back towards stairs and you let syrsoN take the contact, which is what you were trying to do in the first instance, NertZ would have to be really loud as he runs to A. And then you can set that up. I guess you don't want to give him that opportunity, but playing it like that, it's not it. And you've now allowed Heroic to potentially just close it in OT. And notice how we talked about tabseN. He was the one stepping up. He was the one performing. Well, now you've got NertZ.
This is the exact story on day one with Heroic on Vertigo. It was tabseN solo, but then NertZ woke up, caught up to him, and took over. Look at us.
Ouch.
Continuing to be silenced on his fights on ramp. And yeah, this round doesn't go any better for him. tabseN thinks, okay, I'm going to give it a go. This AWPing thing can't be that hard. Dangerous game for kyxsan. Very dangerous. And in the end, only gets the one. So after 4 in a row, you feel that Big are going to get this first in OT, which is always the story.
Hang on. NertZ is still alive. So there's always a conversation piece here, Lucy.
Ooh. Shadow? Oh, tabseN's pushing. The timing. Oh, did he see them?
Oh, he's behind
Feels
him.
like he did. Okay. tabseN should lock this one in. There's no way they would turn around. Oh, yeah. Guaranteed. Free as you like.
Let's go! Final! Super Jungs!
What a wacky round. And yeah, again, it is the A ramp control being a staple here for Big. The utility's phenomenal as well, flushing them out of the corner, which then lets prosus just spam away. syrsoN's hitting every single shot he fires through the smoke. tabseN caught a glimpse, and he makes it so. And you're right, classic OT dictates that whoever concedes OT will then grab the first round.
Fast this time. He's already up cap. And look at us, he swings back. Gets syrsoN, prosus is put on notice. And found. So speed, the answer on A. tabseN doesn't want to give it up without a fight, throws the utility forward and the bullets too into kyxsan. HG to his dome. Remember, there's still this lurk in mid of NertZ who could activate at any moment, but they found another, an equalizing kill. Nikodos not catching the timing. NertZ caught on his. 2 clean openers on A, amounting to very little for Heroic. Still a chance because tabseN saw nothing immediately. So an Ellie smoke. Flash over the top. JDC can't peek. Bomb to be planted. How do they play this? Nikodos is sticking around default. They know that they can't give up this control. So winning an early fight would give them an advantage to work with. It's not coming immediately. So Nikodos falls back to a better off angle. Utility goes forward. A smoke into short. Nikodos ahead of it. Looking for this fight, jumping into his crosshair. How does JDC win that?
What?
It's a headshot. And shush. Surely not. No. Over the top comes Crimbo.
You've got to be joking me, JDC. He's just trying to fake out. He's trying to allow more space for his team. How does this fall apart here for Heroic? And I can tell you how. It's because of that lurking from NertZ. They go back and they clear him. It's multi-layered as well from Big. They leave the bomb site open. They rely a lot more on their retakes, and they cut out the middleman in NertZ. Huge response. They're not done with this series just yet. Nade blows open. The smoke flashbangs. Great shush. Ducks and dives. Tries to bob and weave through that utility. But JDC finds another kill.
In towards the B bomb site to just take that control early, knowing that Shush has been fighting it quite actively. And for a second, it kind of thought he was maybe ahead of it and could have caught something, but not quite able to. They're going to come back. NertZ is setting up the util. Got a double flash for the fight onto site. Good tap on the JDC. Flames come forward. They want to barrel in. Kimbo getting up close in the smoke, and he's in trouble. Spanned out by kyxsan, who catches the whip of him. JDC also low, playing around the edge. Spam catches him too. kyxsan, a big double. And all of Heroic are postured for this. You take a moment to pause, and that allows tabseN to slink in. In fact, prosus by his side. The flash is good. tabseN dodges it for a moment, but kyxsan is opening up B all by himself. And it's NertZ with another bullet. syrsoN, a 1v3. HE will do damage onto NertZ. Now you know exactly where he is. AWP in hand. NertZ eludes him. And when the smoke fades, he'll be in trouble. Aware of it. Can't find the first. So Heroic won on this T side.
What a round from kyxsan. Just keeps Heroic afloat, and by pausing, notice how outside of an eco round, when Heroic go for these B executes, it's always a little bit of a fake. They never really commit players and bodies to it because they always get shut down by Grimbo. They scale towards the top of stairs and then they wait. And by waiting, that keeps that rotation of syrsoN there. And then the follow-up utility. The molly to ensure they're not in towards quad. The flashbang over the top isolates tabseN. It's a very clever round out of Heroic, one that they desperately needed. And now you go onto the CT side, you go back into tabseN's element. As they fight for this ramp control. Oh, okay, sure. And there he is. Gets traded at the bare minimum, but it's still a good opener for Heroic.
Is that a martyrdom, Nate? Yeah, it was. Double layering in mid, but B is completely open. This is scary for Heroic. They'll have to play retake. Big are just going to contact in. Flash over. Okay, that's a big kill. At least they catch the lurk, so it doesn't matter so much that you've lost his control. Good molly. Over the top. tabseN cops a HE. Molly actually went a bit deep. All the utility used for the T side. Heroic have every advantage. Gone smoke. kyxsan flies around, can't find the kill. And JDC, he's found a double. NertZ is trying to get something back, but he's the only one. JDC doing everything. And again, it's a 1v3 required from NertZ. A molly forward to white box is good, but syrsoN's AWP is better. Map point for Big.
Yeah, it felt like Heroic had every advantage in that retake. They had all the mollies to flush Big out of that bomb site, but JDC at the top of generators gives them the complete momentum necessary. Multi. Even with this mid player falling, someone had to step up. And it was him. Even if that molly was going to spread to syrsoN, he would have been able to take a shot anyway. God B wants to ensure that this doesn't get out of control. He wants to see Ancient. He wants Big to be in with a shot at making the playoffs of Pro League.
What's JDC there in particular? So it feels like he's going to be a very key element into this next round. I mean, he was a massive part of that one too. denying that retake before it could get started. Let's see. Big. 2 chances. Send us to that 3rd map. BBC, here he is. Fighting at B. Deep smoke. Doing some work. NertZ is being baited here. So he needs to find success, and he does. Spots the head of Crimbo barely. But prosus, almost getting the double. Tessa's just about getting away. syrsoN knows he's low. Smoke down. syrsoN runs around the corner, can't find the kill, but he's chasing. Oh, syrsoN! For a moment, you feel like maybe he can double up. He's taking the space, and he's not done yet. Sees the head of Nikodos, and he takes it.
That's everything. These rotates, they're going to be really late. There are kits, sure, and tabseN's going to hold the flank. Are you ready for 2 players to both be here? There's the info on 1. tabseN needs to grab this kill on towards NertZ. The layering so difficult, but at least he confirms to syrsoN that both these players are in the ramp. Scopes in, takes one, and then he can dive away, and that's exactly what he does. Flashbang forward, Molly on the position. Heroic needs to stick. And NertZ in a tough spot. syrsoN will grab it and make it so big. Force Ancient, and they are not out of the run into the playoffs just yet.